A pleasant day to everyone. I am Engineer Jojin R. Santillan. I am currently the chairperson of the Department of Geodetic Engineering. It would be a pleasure for me to introduce to you the faces and a little bit of information about the faculty members of our department.
Our lineup of faculty members is composed of both young and not so young licensed geodetic engineers. At present, there are 9 of us working together full-time to nurture geodetic engineers of the future. First in the lineup would be myself as your chairperson. I currently hold the rank of Professor 2 here in our university. I am a graduate of the University of the Philippines, Diliman, where I obtained my Master of Science in Remote Sensing and Bachelor of Science in Geodetic Engineering degrees. I am also the director of the Caraga Center for Geoinformatics. Within the BSGE program, I specialized in photogrammetry, but I am also a researcher with interests in the application of remote sensing, GIS, and photogrammetry in environmental mapping, monitoring, and modeling. Our next faculty member is Engineer Lori Chris S. Asube. Engineer Asube is also our college secretary and an associate professor 1 in our university. She has a master's degree in land administration and management that she obtained from the Visayas State University. Engineer Asube specializes in land administration and management. She is one of the faculty members that geodetic engineering students get to interact with in their first year in the university. Next in the lineup is Engineer Monalane Bermoy. Before Engineer Bermoy became an Instructor 1, she was a researcher of the Field LiDAR 2 project implemented by Caraga State University. That project focused on mapping natural resources, including high-value crops, here in Caraga region using LiDAR and other remote sensing and GIS-related technologies. In our department, Engineer Bermoy teaches courses in Basic and Advanced Geographic Information System. We also have in our department Engineer Kendall P. Bolaño. Engineer Bolaño is soon to complete his master's degree in geomatics engineering with specialization in geoinformatics from the University of the Philippines, Diliman. As Instructor 2, Engineer Bolaño teaches students in the art and science of mapmaking or cartography, as well as courses in geodesy, remote sensing, and GIS. He is also involved in research projects that utilize his expertise in spatial analysis and geocomputational modeling, among others. Next is Engineer Arturo G. Cauba. Engineer Cauba is currently in the Netherlands taking his master's degree in Geoinformation Science and Earth Observation from the University of Twente. We will see Engineer Cauba in 2023 after completing his master's degree. Another one of the dedicated faculty members that we have is Engineer Arnaldo C. Gagula. Engineer Gagula is also a proud graduate of our university that we have included in our roster of faculty members. After passing the GE board exam, he applied to the department as a full-time Instructor 1. He mostly handled courses in land and hydrographic surveying in our department. He is also involved in research projects in the area of geospatial engineering applications. Next is Engineer Junlab E. Hesta. Engineer Hesta is the youngest in our lineup of faculty members. That means he is very much eager and full of passion to teach future geodetic engineers. Before becoming an Instructor 1, Engineer Hesta is an information systems researcher in the NICER ITP mapping project, which make use of satellite and airborne remote sensing, GIS and land surveying techniques and technologies for mapping and monitoring industrial tree plantations here in Caraga region. Now, let us meet one of the senior faculty members in our department, Dr. Michelle B. Hapitana. Aside from being a professor too, let us not forget that Dr. Hapitana is also the director of the Office of Planning and Development. That means he has a big role in how we plan and develop our university to achieve our vision to become a globally engaged university excelling in science, engineering, and the arts. Dr. Hapitana received her Doctor of Engineering degree from the University of San Carlos and her master's degree in remote sensing from UP Diliman. She teaches courses in land use planning and development and is also involved in research projects that make use of geoinformatics for environmental monitoring and assessment. Last but not the least is Engineer Miriam Maquinano Santillan. I am sure you're all familiar with Engineer Maquinano Santillan simply because she is our college dean. Dean Miriam is Professor 2 in our university and has a master's degree in remote sensing from UP Diliman. Did you know that Dean Miriam is a record setter? Yes, she is the first graduate of this university that became a dean of a college. She is also the first female dean of CEGS. Dean Miriam specializes in remote sensing and has initiated and led various multi-million research programs and projects implemented by Caraga State University. Among these programs and projects are the CSU Field LiDAR 1 and GeoSafer Mindanao program. To all our students, please do memorize our faces and do not be afraid of us. Do not be afraid to interact with us during your online classes, and you can even share your academic problems with us. We are all here to nurture you and to work with you to realize your dream of becoming a geodetic engineer.